Hello there, my name is Peter, and so in this tutorial we'll be looking at how to create a nodejs project. And so in the last tutorial we're just looking at the basic bare bones of JavaScript. So let's go ahead and see how you can actually create a nodejs project. So right click on your project that we created in the last tutorial and just go to new, then click on this other, and inside this JavaScript select the npm init and click next and just say finish. Once you have that, just right click on your project and create a new folder, and this folder you'll actually want to call it, I don't know, static files, and just say finish. And inside the static files you can actually want to create another folder which will be holding our images. So I might want to call it probably ing, and just say finish. And the last folder that I'll be creating, I'll call it views, and views will be holding our HTML files, and just say finish. So once we have all that out of the way, you can actually go ahead and create a JavaScript source file. And this source file I just actually call it controller, and I'll just say finish. Once I have all of that out of the way, you can go to my command line, and I can want to open another new command line, and I'll actually want to navigate to where I've created my project, that is the Cyberbit project, and mine is in the, so I'll change directory to my C, and I'll change directory to users, change directory again to that, and change again to, and it is somewhere around here. I just want to look at the contents of that Cyberbit folder, and I can see that I have this package.json. Once I have confirmed that, I can go ahead and say npm install, and you need to be connected to the internet since it will be downloading some dependencies. So let's just wait for it to finish installing that. And the next thing that will be installing is the Express. So I'll just say Express, save, and click enter. So Express is just a web application framework for Node.js, and it will actually help us in creating a very nice web framework. And the other dependency that I need is the path. Just click enter, and path is actually another nice library for handling and transforming file paths. So let's wait for it to finish installing. Once we have that, we can actually go ahead and install body parser. Just click enter, and body parser is actually a library for handling get and post requests, as we'll be seeing shortly when we will start coding on our project. And the other one that we need is we need another dependency that is called ejs, and ejs is actually a template used to generate HTML code and templates, and it is a very nice tool. And once we have all of that, and the last one that I need is Express static, I think, where I'm not wrong. Just click enter, and it will install that. Once we have all of that out of the way, we can jump into our controller.js, and we need to wire in those dependencies that we installed. And the first dependency is called express. So I'll try and wire it in and store it in this variable called express. So I'll just say require express, and then I can just go and say, oh, I need to store it in this variable called app, and to do that I'll just pass in express, click enter. And the other dependency that I need to wire in is called path, and I'll require it by saying require path and end it with a semicolon, even though it is not necessary. And after that I'll create another variable that I'll call sum, and it will store my typing is quite poor. It will require express static, and I will create another variable which I'll call body parser, and while I am at it I'll just copy this body, pass, and say is equals to require body parser. I think wrong, yeah. And the last one that will be requiring is a dependency that I will store in this variable EJS, and I'll just say require EJS, and I think that's that. Now I'll go ahead and say app.set something like view. So I'm trying to actually tell my application that I'll be using the EJS template. So engine, so I'll just say engine and comma, then specify EJS and end it with a semicolon. And the other thing that I need to say is app.use, so it's .url coded just say extended equals true, and I'll try to end it with a semicolon, and I'll go ahead and say app.use JSON. So once I have all out of the way, I can go ahead and say something like define the route that I'll be using. So the first route that I'll like to use is app.get index, comma, and then I need an anonymous function, and it will accept a request and a response. And inside there, the function, I can actually say res.render the template that I need to be rendered will be the index template, and I might actually want to pass in some variables. For example, my name here, good starting point. So just name equals Peter. It's supposed to be a string, and probably I want to pass in my age. You can pass anything that you would like, but I'm sticking with age. And I'm a bit old, so I think I'm 10 years old. I'm very old. 10 years old is very old age. Then I think that's that. Now I need to define the port that will be listened to, and to do that, and before I do that, I'll actually want to say app dot use sound, and there I'll just say path dot join the name, and then the static files. Just pass in the static files, this file over here, which is holding our images. So probably in the next tutorial, the next after that, we might want to look at how we can actually display images. And once I have that, I need to define which port I'll be using. So I'll just say let port is equals process dot end dot port. So I want to check whether the port is empty. So I'm just say port equals null. Or port equals empty. Then go ahead and set port to 8080, 8081, and might want to print something to see whether the port is actually listening. So say console.log for debugging purposes. Say listening port 8081, and the last line that will be set, I'll be typing here will be app.listen port, and I think that's all. Might want to actually take a quick look at everything. Just fine, and everything seems to be just awesome. So the other thing that we need is we need to create that index file, and to do that, just go to the views and right click on it and create a file which I'll call probably index .ejs, and just say finish. And once we are in there, I can actually want to say h, and I can say something like ejs is awesome as a starting point, and we want to give it some style. So I can say style text align, center, give it some color, probably red, and that's that. So I might want to actually format this a little bit for readability. And I might want to actually create a div just below that header one. So just a div. Say h, say probably my name is person. Just copy it for conveniency. Copy and say, and my age is, get that age, and I'm accessing the variables that I set in my controller.js. So this name is actually coming from here. So I hope you are getting the logic behind it. Save, make sure you have saved everything. Go back to your command line and type in node and the name of the controller, JS file, and press enter, and everything seems to be working pretty well. So go back, go to your web browser. I'm using Mozilla Firefox, and type in localhost 8081 and navigate to the index page and click enter. And that's what I needed to show you in this tutorial. And as you can see, Node.js is just awesome. And so probably the next tutorial you might want to go ahead and look at the login page and see how we can work with the login page. And yeah, hope you like this tutorial. Don't forget to like or subscribe, and yeah, have a nice